All right, good morning. Welcome back to Pre-Calculus. So we are wrapping up our discussion of dot products here. So since for each pair of vectors, we're going to figure out, they want to know what the angle between the two vectors are, okay? And in this case, they really want to know if they're parallel, orthogonal, that means there's a 90-degree angle, or neither. Okay, if they're parallel, that means the cosine is going to be equal to 1 or negative 1. If they're orthogonal, the cosine is going to be, so if parallel, okay, if parallel, then the angle theta will equal 0 degrees or 180 degrees. You can say 0 or pi. And then the cosine theta, the cosine of pi would be negative 1. Cosine of pi equals negative 1. Cosine of 0 is equal to positive 1. Okay, so if we end up with a value of cosine theta equals 1 or negative 1, then we know they're parallel. Just they might be parallel in this direction. That's okay. Okay. If they're perpendicular, if they're orthogonal, then theta is equal to 0 degrees or 90 degrees rather, or 270 degrees. Okay, the cosine of 90 degrees is equal to 0. Cosine of 270 degrees is also equal to 0. So we either have parallel like this or parallel like that, or perpendicular rather. Either way, it's a 90-degree angle between them. That's what we really care about. Okay. So let's see here. So let's check. Okay, so for V and W, all right. So for V, which is, what's V here? V is negative 5i plus j. Negative 5i plus j hat. Okay, and then W, that was, what's W here? W is negative I hat minus 5j hat. So W negative 1, negative 5. So W is equal to negative I hat minus 5j hat. Okay, good. All right. So we can graph them a little bit just to see. Okay, since there's going to be a lot of negatives, we're going to make a room so we have some negative values here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's negative I hat, and the j hat that'll be up here. Okay, this is V, and W is negative 1, and then negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe that kind of looks like there might be a 90-degree angle there, but let's double check. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is V dot W here. V dot W, and that is equal to negative 5 times negative 1 plus 1 by negative 5. So that's 5 minus 5, that's 0. So the cosine of theta equals 0. I know that those are going to be a pi over 2, so theta's pi over 2 or 3 pi over 2, I'm not really sure. So this is indeed a 90-degree angle. Those are orthogonal, and that's all I really have to say about that one. Okay, so that's how you check. Okay, I don't have to deal with very much of anything else. They didn't ask me for like what the actual one is. Now in part B, where they're going to say, okay, well, what's going on here? You have U and R, okay, and they're going to be a little different. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out what U and R are. So U, okay, is 5i minus 2j, and R is equal to 9i plus 7j. Okay, so what is U dot R? So that's going to be 5 times 9 plus minus 2 times 7. 5 times 9 minus 2 times 7. Right? That doesn't strike me as anything. That doesn't look like it's helping. Okay, so it's like 30-ish. Okay, so we'll double check it in the calculator here. Got 45 minus 14. Okay, 45 minus 14 We end up with 31. Okay, so that's U dot R. Okay, I got 31. And it doesn't give me a 0 or 1. So like, okay, we got to figure out what the cosine is. So remember that it is the length of U times the length of R times the cosine of the angle between them is equal to U dot R. Well, we know what U dot R is now. That's 31. So we have to figure out, like, well, what's the length of U? Okay, the length of U is 5 squared plus 2 squared. So we have the square root 5 squared plus 2 squared, okay, times square root 9 squared plus 7 squared. Okay, so we're just using triangles, Pythagorean theorem, in order to do this. Okay, if I wanted to graph this, okay, this would be 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 9 plus 7 I. So this is 9I hat plus 7J hat. Okay, so that would just be this vector right here. Okay, what's this length? Right? How do we get the length of a triangle, the hypotenuse of a triangle? We're going to say this is 9 and this is 7. That's how I got the 9 squared and the 7 squared. It's Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so that's what happens with that one. So we've got 25 plus 4 square root times the square root. This is 81 plus 49. Okay, that's what it's going to be. That's going to be 120, 130. So we'll double check. Okay, so we have 81 plus 49. There we go. Square root 130. And then we have the square root of 29 here, and equals 31. Okay, this is times, by the way, so times the cosine of the angle between them. Okay, the length of the two of them times the cosine of the angle between them is equal to the dot product. So our cosine theta is equal to 31 divided by root 29 times root 130. Right? And then we can just do that. So we're going to say, okay, well, 130, so I'm going to say this, yeah, 130 times 29 equals, and then we're just going to take the square root. So square root. Okay, so I got 61 points, some stuff. So we ended up with 61.40. That's not too bad. Okay, we have a 31 on top of that. So we're going to say 31 divided by this mess. Second function, 1. Okay, 0.5-ish. I'm going to guess it's, what are we looking at for cosine? Cosine looks like this. So we need a pretty big angle to get to a ratio of 1/2. So we're looking at 60 degrees. Okay, pi over 3 or 60 degrees. So let's see what we end up with. So second function cosine, second function answer. All right. Oh, because I took the cosine of that. That was silly. Okay, let's not do that. So sorry about that. That's going to be inverse cosine, okay, of 31 divided by 61.4. Okay, 61.4. Oops. Okay, that looks a lot better as an answer to me. Okay, 59.7 degrees. Okay, so we'll type that in. Okay, so neither. So this was about 57, 59.7, 59.7. 59.7. Oh, do they not? To the nearest degree. We'll call it 60. Okay, and these are neither orthogonal or parallel. Okay, so we'll check that. Boom. Careful filling all the empty boxes. Oh, orthogonal. 90. And then there we go. Okay. So usually they only ask you for part B. If it's orthogonal, you know it's 90. They don't ask you. If it's neither, they could ask for more information. Okay, like what is like the actual degree. But other than that. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to dot products. That's a pretty standard question. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Thank you.